That is how the Naran Darwaza looks. People call the place haunted. I'm not very sure of that. But however, this particular place has a lot of importance in the history. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and it's me Nitish Neo. आज Sunday है and another motor vlog today. Well नहीं यार, ज्ञान सेशन करें क्या? बस वो भी नहीं यार, ज्ञान सेशन भी नहीं करेंगे आज. तो सोचता हूँ कि कुछ ऐसी जगह पे जाऊँगा जहाँ से ज्ञान प्राप्ति होती है. वैसे मैं इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज, नहीं इंजीनियरिंग पे तो नहीं जाऊँगा. MBA कॉलेज वहाँ पे भी नहीं जाने वाला हूँ. बट यस, अभी जाने वाला हूँ वहाँ पे जहाँ से प्रॉपर ज्ञान शुरू हुई थी. और वो जगह है ये. पता है कौन सा जगह है? दैट्स शनिवार वाड़ा फोर्ट. वहीं से जहाँ पे पेशवा का एम्पायर शुरू हुआ था, जहाँ से उन्होंने पूरे भारतवर्ष को उन्होंने रूल किया था. एंड वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट एम्पायर्स इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडिया व्हिच वी नो वेरी लिटिल अबाउट. सो दैट इज पेशवा एम्पायर. ये जो मेरा ब्लॉग है उसी के बारे में है. डू चेक आउट द वीडियो and let me know what you think about this particular video in the comment section below. And also do subscribe to my channel if you like the video. Please hit the like button and do share with all your friends. And ये रहेगा मेरा Instagram account जहाँ पे I'll be uploading a lot of photos from शनिवार वाड़ा फोर्ट. बस समझो कि जा रहा हूँ यहाँ से वहाँ तक, तो बीच में सिटी में ऐसे तो नहीं जाऊँगा फालतू में. तो what I'll do is छोटा सा पूरा दर्शन भी दूंगा. So let me suit not this one यार. आज तो अलग दिन है यार, कुछ अलग करेंगे. Let me wear something different today. Well, I hope this is good. So, as usual, see you guys on the bike.
So guys, I have cold started the engine and it's time for me to explore the history. So let's go. This is University of Pune, Savitribai Phule University. This road goes towards Senapati Bapat Road. एक random flyover. ये रहा Symbiosis campus, one of the premier institutes in India. I did my MBA from here. This is Reserve Bank of India and random flyover number 2. ये रहा Vijayanagar. JM Road, that's called as Jangri Maharaj Road. So it's another bridge. ये रहा नीचे river. So this is how the bridge looks. Looks beautiful. Here we are at Shaniwar Wada Fort. Doesn't it look enigmatic? Isn't it beautiful? So you can see the difference here, right? The base part of plinth is full of rock and उसके बाद everything is made of brick. Well, I'll tell you the reason behind it. So this is how the perimeter of Shaniwar Wada Fort is. You can find these big watchtowers here. See, the best part of the parking here is that it is free.
So guys, we are here at Shaniwar Wada Fort, and the next shot would be a cinematic shot of Shaniwar Wada Fort. So the beauty of this particular fort is that a lot of people believe that it's just a ruin, but however, this has got a lot of historical importance.
So that's a metal door. Okay, the metal door is so hard and strong that you can actually see that how it can pierce through if somebody tries trying to cross through it. So the metal door has got a small opening below where you can actually walk through, and we'll have to go inside to get the tickets.
We had to go through a turnstile entry in order to enter the fort. See, I didn't have cash and they did use debit card or credit card, any of these cards. So that's the best part of coming here because they support the Digital India initiative. So बहुत अच्छा लगा. So this is the token which they have given. So before we enter the turnstile entry, we have to use this token so that we can enter inside. So the cost per person is 25 rupees. That's it, nothing more than that. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to walk through the fort and talk a little about its history. And history has got a lot of importance over here, considering the Peshwas have ruled this particular area and they have built the fort. So there's a big lineage as well. So I'll try to map out the whole thing here since you've watched in the movie Bajirao Mastani. So this is one of those epic forts.
And this is the Peshwa family tree. The Bajirao we know here is this Bajirao here, that is from the movie Bajirao Mastani. So you can see Kashiba and Mastani as well.
So sometime back I had been to Hampi and I could see a lot of ruins of Vijayanagar Empire. So is the case with this particular place because this is a kind of ruin considering that the whole place was burned down.
So these were supposed to be the rooms of the fort where you can just see the foundation of it because that was made of stone and the rest was of brick. So the whole thing got burned down.
The fort was commissioned in the year of 1732 and the Peshwa reign or Peshwa Empire was at its prime in 18th century, and somewhere by 1830 things kind of changed, and that is when the fort was burnt down due to some unknown fire incident. See, the advantage of this particular fort is that this fort is on a hill kind of area, and right next to this fort on that side is a river. If somebody is going to attack the fort, then if you are at the height, then you always have an advantage. So you remember the Kargil war, it happened because of that. Kargil was at a higher altitude than that of other places. So Pakistan had an advantage and India won over it.
So all that is remaining in the fort is the fort wall. So you can see the fort wall here with the watchtowers which I showed from outside.
But there isn't much to show in the fort, but there is one thing that people come here for, rooting for the history of Pune and rooting for the history of Peshwas. I believe you can see some seats over there. Those seats are actually for the fountain show here, which happens in the evening. Now since the fort is almost ruined, so what the government has done is they have identified the rooms and they put a board. So what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to show you guys what exactly those rooms are and how do they look. So, not in real sense, but virtually. I'll try to explain you guys whatever is possible from my side. So the best part is I'm walking through the Mahal. Since there's no Mahal here, all I can do is I can imagine that I'm walking through this particular place. So what you can do is you can walk with me through this place so that you'll be able to understand how this Mahal actually looked like.
So it says that several important ladies were a part of Maratha history and they were prominent people as well. These were the chambers. So people are standing used to be a room, and one room, this is second room, and the room goes on till there, till the end. So these were strategic rooms where people stayed. Even though this place looks tiny for today's kings like Ambani, Tatas and Birlas, but this is a big place back in the days, considering the size of it, because since it's burnt down, you don't find the magnanimity of this particular place. But all I can say is this place was the residence of Madhavrao Peshwa. He had all the task to resurrect the Peshwa power that Peshwas lost in 1761 war of Panipat.
So next up, I'm going to show you guys about a very important person in the Peshwa lineage. He is none other than Raghunath Rao Peshwa. And Raghunath Rao Peshwa is the one who took up the Peshwa Empire and he captured Afghanistan, Attock in Afghanistan. And this place is a residence of Dada Saheb Peshwa. So guys, I just walked near the well of Peshwa.
So you can see the underground rooms over here in the Shaniwar Wada fort. So these rooms did serve a prime purpose to a lot of people who stayed here.
This particular door is called as Narayan Darwaza because this is where Narayan Rao did cry a helpless cry when the fort was being burned down. He lost his life over here, this place, right here. That is how the Narayan Darwaza looks. You can Google it out. People call the place haunted. I'm not very sure of that.
So back in the days, this fountain did exist, and this particular area is an open courtyard. Yes, they did play music. They did have a lot of entertainment over here. So this particular place which I'm walking into right now is the place of Godubai. So Godubai is the wife of first Peshwa's brother, and this building was constructed as a scheme of construction by Bajirao I. So that is what they have written over here. Back in the days, this might have been a drainage system to take the water out of this place. A lot of people believe that it's a cave, but I believe it's a drainage system.
This place which you can see here is called as Cistern of 8 fountains. So this is where Madhav Rao, the 7th Peshwa, might have ended his life. The reason being he did fell on one of those fountains which pierced through his thigh, and that led to his end where he could not be treated. So I hope you can take a glimpse of this particular place, which is a sad place for the Peshwas, but is a place of historic importance right now.
So this particular place where I walked into is the place of fire altar. This is where Peshwas performed all the rituals, religious rituals over here in this particular place. So it's more like a puja room, I can say.
So this particular place on my background is called as Confetti Mahal. So Confetti Mahal, I'll just show you guys properly. So Confetti Mahal was designed by the 4th Peshwa, Balaji Peshwa, and what he did was he celebrated Ganpati festival in this Mahal. Generally, Peshwas have been believed for the simplicity because of the military background. But for this particular thing, to celebrate Ganpati festival, they did design a lot, and this Mahal was considered the best and the most beautiful of Peshwa Mahals. So in the year 1755, it is believed that Ganpati festival was celebrated over here, and a lot of Europeans have been visited this particular place, including the British.
So this is where back in the days Peshwas and the guests used to sit during the Ganpati festival and enjoy the beauty of the festival being celebrated over here.
So this Darwaza or door here is called as Khidki Darwaza. The reason behind that is because this was a very small Darwaza, small door. It's also called as Khidki. Khidki is a window. So it's a window door where 15 soldiers guarded this particular door. The tiniest of the door was guarded by 15 soldiers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter the only remaining place where you can check out this kind of room here, and we do have a big wall to walk through the fortress. So that's the fortress. That is where the guardsmen, the kingsmen did walk back in the days. So these steps were quite difficult to climb, considering the old age architecture, and the design is not the typical set of steps where you have a 2-foot length. So that's the guard tower which is at the front end of this fort. So this guard tower did have a watch towards the front if the enemies did attack this particular place.
So this is what you can see from the guard tower. So the kind of visibility that you have towards the front of it. So this particular guard tower overlooked across the fort. So this place which I'm showing is one of those Peshwa gardens, and you can overlook the Peshwa Mahal over here. You know what is the meaning of Peshwa, by the way? Well, I'll tell that at the end of this video. So this is what I spoke about, you know. That is the water reservoir which I spoke about. That is where you have the Ganpati Mahal, and that is where you have Godabai Mahal, and a lot of other places here. So that's the court which I showed earlier. So that is the court where a lot of things were celebrated, and the big lunches and dinners were being given over there. It had a lot of fountains. There are 4 fountains over here, and that's Narayan Darwaza, and there you have the Khidki Darwaza, and the place where I'm standing, the main entrance of this particular place is called as Delhi Darwaza. The reason being, it does faces towards Delhi, and this place which I showed just now is place where Nagada used to be played over here in this place. Whenever Peshwas used to go out of the fort, there was a big Nagada and Dol and Tasha, with which people used to get to know that yes, something is happening and somebody is coming out. That is the Peshwa.
So I'm standing right on top of the Watchguard Tower, right on the Delhi Darwaza. Delhi Darwaza is, Delhi Darwaza. Delhi is the capital of India. Just like that, Peshwa, Pune used to be the capital of India for hundreds of years. The history is magnanimous, enormous and huge. We just know just 10% of what the history is. But there are a lot of other things that we have to know, we have to understand as well with respect to this particular fort. Whatever I have shown, whatever I have told in the video is probably just a 5 to 10% of what is there about this particular fort.
This is a guard tower, and on the guard tower you have something called as Deepastambha. And on the Deepastambha, they used to put a big lamp post back in the days. The only reason being that it was visible from a distance, and it showed the significance of Peshwa. So you can see how the city has conquered over this particular fort over here. Once upon a time, this stood as one of those achievements of Peshwa, and it is now one in the middle of the city. So this is the beauty of fort of Shaniwar Wada. So what you saw from outside, what I explained outside was about the stone and the brick. So what happened is, back in the days when this particular fort was commissioned, people of Satara were not happy with this, and they did mention the same to Shahu Maharaj. And Shahu Maharaj did order to stop the construction of the fort since Peshwas were kind of overpowering Shahu Maharaj. And that was a time when the foundation of the fort, till the plinth I can say probably, it is more than the foundation, it is made of stone, and the rest of the fort is made of brick. That was the kind of order given by Shahu Maharaj, and you can see that the fort is made of bricks. Over there you can see this is a stone, and at that particular place you can see that it's made of brick. So because of that, what happens is the fort will eventually ruin if not maintained. Exiting here, right out of this fort, another turnstile here, and put the coin here in this particular place. So I hope you guys liked what I showed here in the particular fort. So do let me know if I have missed something here in the comment section below, and also let me know if you liked it or not. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, and do subscribe to my channel before you go somewhere else, and do hit the like button and share it across to understand what this fort is about. Thanks a lot. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. So this is the famous Dagudshed Ganpati here. What I'm going through is the Pet areas of Pune. This is one of the oldest area of Pune. So this is called, this is a market area as well as a Pet area. You have a lot of Pets around here, like Sumar Pet, Mangalar Pet, Budwar Pet, Guruvar Pet, Shukrar Pet, Shaniwar Pet. All the Pets are here in this particular area. This is the river which I spoke about right from the fort. This river was the major source for the fort.